Hello, my beautiful jewels and gems and all of my mommies out there. I'm so excited today to talk to you about how to start a mom blog and make money. So if you're just getting started, this is going to be great tips for you. But if you've already started and you're just trying to figure out how to navigate this blogging thing, you're still, working out the quirks. I'm with you on that too. And there's going to be some tips for you towards the end. So let's get into it. So my name is Chauntel from askchauntel.com, and I'm a Christian life, relationship, and business coach. And I'm here to inspire women and mom influencers to build a business and a brand that matters in healthy lives, relationships, and families, because I want to help you to do more of what you love. So I'm so excited today to talk to you about getting that blog started and what you're going to need to monetize that blog. So let's start off with the basics. The basics are these things right here. We've got about 12 tips for you in here, and I've also got a bonus tip, so definitely check that out at the end of the video. So the first tip is you must figure out what you want to write about, okay? It's obvious, right? But it's not so obvious because you really have to put some thought into what do I really have passion for? What can I actually help people with? Because the purpose of a blog is to express yourself. But if you are expressing yourself publicly, then it means that you're doing it for someone else to gain something from it. So what are you doing right now? What are you sharing with people that is helping them, that is encouraging them through their life? Maybe you're really funny, you make people laugh, and laughter is like the best medicine. So if you're a comedian, yes, come. I love it. Because I'm not funny. I'm just a little quirky. So you got to know what your strengths and your weaknesses are. So are you funny? Maybe you just got a really cool fitness plan for us and we can follow you for that. You can help us out with our fitness and our health. Maybe, you are a really good mother and you know how to parent well, or a really good wife, you know how to parent well. Maybe you just know how to encourage people. There's so many different ways that we can help others. And so what are you doing right now in your life on a day-to-day where you're able to help people? Whatever that thing is, whatever you're already doing, it's probably what your passion is. And don't think so deep into it. That's what I did for way too long. I didn't really know that I was already living my purpose and my passion. I was still looking for it when I was already doing it. So if you find that you're talking a lot about something, if you're sharing certain things with people, that, my dear, is your gift. It's your God-given gift and talent that you are meant to share with the world. So stop searching for it and just start living it, because once you start living it, then you can actually start to walk into your purpose and do what you're meant to do. And it's so cool that we have an opportunity to create our own platform, not the platform that somebody else created for us, but we can create our own platform, which is amazing because now we can reach people in the way that we want to reach them, in the way that we were created to reach them. It's amazing. So the very first tip for you right here is you have to figure out what do you want to write about, and it needs to be what you're passionate about. And if you think about it, you got to do a lot of writing, you got to do a lot of content producing, and whatever that thing is, you have to love it, or else you're gonna hate your life. You're gonna be like, why did I start this blog in the first place? I gotta keep up with this, I gotta keep posting this content, and I don't even care about it. And so don't do that. Really figure out what you're passionate about and just start writing, and you'll start to figure it out. All right. My second tip for you is choose a platform. There's so many different blogging platforms out there. I'll just shoot some out at you. One is WordPress, which I'm the most familiar with. It's where I'm hosting my blog right now. And if you would like to also host your blog on WordPress, as you continue to hear my tips and why I use it, I definitely have the link in the description box below where you can sign up, and I have a whole blog post for you guys dedicated to this video that you can get all the information on askchauntel.com, so definitely check out that link. But I use WordPress. I originally started with Blogger, and you will find a lot of bloggers have gone through that process. The reason for that is Blogger is really user friendly. It's very intuitive. You can get right into it. WordPress, not so intuitive, takes a little bit of time, big learning curve for me, but I was dedicated to figure it out, and I finally got on there because I heard from a lot of people that that was the platform, and it is the platform that most bloggers use, and I'll talk more about why later. But you also could use Squarespace, you can also use Wix, so it just depends on your ability level and your comfortability level that you have with using these platforms. Now, I want to also mention that if you're not completely comfortable with, any particular platform, that is okay. Learning will come, and you are able to start even if you don't have all the answers. Okay, I'm giving you permission if you needed it. You can start right here and now, and you can learn what you need to learn to get started. And I will be creating a blogging course because I feel like it will be helpful for my community to have. But in the meantime, just stick around, subscribe so that you don't miss out on all the goodies that I've got for you. We're only into step 2 right now. So choose your platform, learn about them, read about them, and it's gonna help you to get started. The reason why I chose WordPress is because of SEO. And if you don't know what SEO is, girl, you need to stick around. SEO stands for search engine optimization, and what that means in layman's terms is how quickly will Google serve my content out to other people? How will they find my content? So if you have better SEO, then people are going to be able to find your post much more faster. Now, what you will find is there's a ton of people blogging out there. So I want to add to this that as you are thinking about what I'm going to write about, you got to think about, what is my SMAG? Okay, this is my new word that I'm introducing to you guys. I talked a lot more about this on my YouTube training. I have a YouTube training course, talk more about that later. But what's your SMAG? What is your strategic marketing angle to fill a gap? So what are you doing that's going to be different than the next person? Because so many people are out there producing blogs. So many people want to get into the blogging world. So what is it that you can produce that's going to be different? And the easiest way to identify what that is you have to really identify with who you are. What are your morals? What are your values? What are your beliefs? Because your audience, even though they may not be really big, right? They may be, but I'm just saying, your audience will resonate with who you are as you produce in that area, as you produce in that niche. So you have to figure out that part. So what's your strategic marketing angle to fill a gap? What's your SMAG? And once you know what that is, you can start to create the profit, because that community is in need of something that you can produce for them. And there are research tools available to kind of see what advertisers throw at certain keywords. Keyword research is your best friend, and I'm going to be producing a video on that later on. We don't have time for all that today, but I just want to kind of bite-size it for you so you can start thinking about, what's my niche? What are the keywords that are associated with that? And what are these people in this particular niche in need of that I can provide, that I'm naturally good at, that I'm passionate about, that I can serve to them? So profitable niche, first point. Second point, just to keep you caught up. Second point was you have to choose a platform. Third point is write a business model. Now, if you have more time, writing an entire business plan is a great idea. But if you don't have a super lot of time, there is a wonderful tool that I love to use. It is called the Business Model Canvas. I did not create it, but I did create a version of it for you guys that I will leave for you if you were so interested and you're ready to go really building your business. It's the Business Model Canvas, and I'll put it in the description box below. I got a lot of goodies for you guys today, because if you're really building a business, you're really thinking about a blog, it's more than just a blog. If you're thinking about doing this for profit, it's an entire business. So the Business Model Canvas will kind of help you start thinking about what are my needs of my customer? Who are they? And what can I serve up to them? So it will kind of help you walk through these 3 points that I just served up to you, and also help you with thinking about what platform will provide me with what I need to really engage with that audience. All right, so let's get into tip 4. Tip 4 is design your brand identity. This is like so important because, like I said, what's your SMAG? What's your strategic marketing angle to fill a gap? Your brand is what your people will connect to. It's what builds your tribe. It's really cool because when you start to put these people together, they start following you, you start thinking about, wow, what we could do together, what we could do together as a group. When I started YouTube almost 12 years ago, I thought to myself, you know what? I want to do something more than just me. I want to give to other people. And there's something so powerful about that, because when we start to work together, we can build so much more. So when you are building your brand, think about the person that you want to help. Think about who you are and how you want them to receive what you have. So you're thinking about designing your brand, and I have a brand identity chart that you can definitely download for free. That's also in that blog post. I'm telling you, I'm giving you all kind of free stuff in this video because you need it to really identify, who you are and set yourself apart. So think about, what's my brand identity? You also need to consider getting a web developer. This is my tip 5. If you are completely uncomfortable with trying this out on your own, you can either get a web developer or you can develop your blog yourself. I absolutely believe that if you're able to get on here, type something in, you can figure out how to design your website, at least to get you started. And maybe later on you might decide to, take a more professional route and having a more professional come in and do this for you. But I really believe that as a blogger getting started, you can create your own website. There's templates available for you on WordPress.com. There's all kind of templates available for you on Wix or Squarespace, any of the blogging platforms that you're interested in. They come with templates to make it easy for you as a blogger to really get started in the game. And it's cool because you can choose, your colors for your branding. You can put your messaging on there. If nothing else, you can hire a graphic designer that can help you with the building of your site. Now, if you like, you can use Canva. I love Canva. I use it for all of my graphics at this point, and you can really build out something really cool for yourself for free. And they have paid version, which, there's a little bit more help for you in using pre-designed templates, but there's lots of free ones on there too. So if you're just getting started, you could totally use canva.com, and I'll put that in there for you in my linkables, so that you don't miss out on getting started, because you're gonna hold yourself back if you're waiting for that moment, that perfect moment. Like, we're past that moment. We're here now and we're doing it. My next tip is research your topics. You gotta know what it is that you want to write about. Now that you've chosen your niche, now that you know what platform you're going to be using, you got to start researching the topics that are going to attract the customers or the readers or the clients that you're looking for. So you got to choose the right topics, because topics are everything when attracting the right person to you. And that's why you got to spend that time initially with figuring out, what is my brand? What is my business model? Who is my target market? Who am I trying to reach? Because then you can figure out, well, what are their needs and desires? What are their pain points? So that you can start to write about those pain points. And if you're like me, you can add video as well to the text, because video has been proven study after study to be more interactive. And of course it is, because it uses most of our senses. If we think about what video does for us, then we understand why people are gravitating towards video. That is not to say that text format does not work anymore, because it absolutely works. Most of the visits that I get to askchauntel.com right now are from my blog. They're not even from my YouTube channel. Now, it is visible for me to see that I'm getting engagement from my YouTube channel. I'm getting engagement from my Pinterest profile. I'm getting engagement from my Instagram account. These are very valuable. Even sometimes my Facebook account. But those other three, Instagram, Pinterest, sometimes even Twitter, like I'm getting engagement from all of my social media platforms. Some of them I use more than others, but I'm getting the most traffic on my blog right now from Google. Now the problem is that the traffic that I'm getting from Google is not the traffic that I want anymore because I've changed my branding. But that's why I had to come forth and start teaching you guys about this, because you've got to start thinking about who am I trying to attract? And so the people that I'm attracting with those blog posts, not really helping my brand. But yeah, you just got to think through it, and that's okay. Like, it's still helping somebody, and that's ultimately what I've always wanted to do. And so it's cool, you know? I'm sure that I'll post some more vlogs in the future, that I'll get a little more traffic according to what I'm actually trying to do now. And I think that that's so important to think about going forward. What's going to be happening for you in the future? You know, what type of a traffic, what kind of person, you know, where are you going with this business? Where are you going with this blog? You start with the foundation, the basics, but where is it going? What's the end goal? What's the end result? What do you want these people to do? What do you want to do for and with these people? I think you have to really start to think about that. When I very first started, I was very young and I didn't really know, and I'm still young, but I didn't really know like what my goal was in relation to my blog. I just knew that I needed one. And so now I'm here to tell you that there's a lot more to it than just that. But I'm glad that I started because I've learned so much over the years, and I've gained so many opportunities that I probably wouldn't have gained had I not had something very professional like that. Now, speaking of professional, you need to not only just write posts and have a lot of text, and like I said, you can add video, but also you want to make sure that it's professionally written, that you check your grammar, that you know, engage with your audience that you'll get on your blog, and you don't want it to just be boring. You want to actually put some thought into it, put your personality into it, make it fun to read, make it interactive. You can add polls, you know, you can add like interesting questions that people can comment on. There's so many things that you can do to make it interactive, but whatever you do, don't just slap text on there, add some headings, you know, make it where people can skim through, read it, and, you know, get what they need real quick. But even while they're getting it real quick, you got to write enough text that Google is going to recognize it and be like, oh yeah, this is important and it's helping people and we want to send more traffic her way. And I haven't done this, so I'm just letting y'all know the truth, but it's recommended that you do about 2,000 words or so to meet that requirement of letting Google really come in. Now, don't let that hold you back from posting, because I know a lot of you are YouTube creators. A lot of you guys you know, focus your attention on video, and I think that that's great. If you are not focusing on video, then you have more time to do the writing part. But either way, spend some time writing and adding text, because I have found that my audience likes when I do both things. They like it when I add video, they like it when I add the text, but on the blog, the text does the best. Just telling you the truth. Okay. So now we got to get into some more logistics. You need a domain name. What is a domain name? A domain name is saying this is my something.com or .org or .edu or whatever it is that you do. You can choose your .extension and .co. There's so many different ones that you can choose. So get on that domain name train right now. If you've already selected, you know, what you want your blog to be about, and you have maybe started creating social media in relation to your blog, girl, you need to get on one of these domain sites and buy your domain so that you don't lose it. Because it can get really costly if you do lose that opportunity, and you do not want to do that. For example, I was looking up a domain name for, because you guys know I do jewel news, I do jewel food, my thing is all about jewels. And because you guys are my jewels and I love you and you're precious, and that's what that really is coming from. It comes from, you know, the more precious than rubies. It comes from the Bible verse, and I just like love it. So I wanted to check out, I think it was like jewelfood.com, and it was like $2,000. And let me tell you guys, it's only $12 to buy a domain name on Google, which is where I bought askchauntel.com. And if you guys want, definitely check out my links. I'm telling you guys, I got all kind of links for you in the blog post. But anyway, it could get really costly, from $12 to $2,000 if you don't get that thing wrapped up quick. And you pay for that once a year. Like I said, it's usually like $12 and not too much more than that. You pay, it's like paying your property taxes. And then the next thing that you're gonna need is hosting. So when you very first start, you don't have to buy a something.com or .org or it can be, you know, I think when I first bought it is askchauntel.wordpress.com. And that was cool. For a while, I just posted on that. Actually, no, it wasn't, because I didn't have WordPress. I had Blogger, but yeah, you know, I think it was askchauntel.blogspot.com. Yeah, it was. That's what it was. Askchauntel. I remember that. But yeah, like I didn't have my own domain name when I first started. And then I think when I actually was taking a web design class, and I was like, ooh, it's time for me to get started, because I was already doing the YouTube channel and I was already posting on my blog, and I was like, all right, it's time for me to take this more seriously. And so if you want to make profit and you're trying to take, you know, this to a business level, and you want people to take you seriously, then it helps to take that extra step to, you know, pay for your domain name, pay for your hosting. Now, hosting is like saying, okay, I'm going to pay my mortgage every month for me to own this space on the internet. This is my platform. I own this. It's not, you know, YouTube. I don't own my YouTube channel. I don't own my Instagram account. I don't own my Twitter feed. I don't own, you know, any of these things, but I do own askchauntel.com, and that's where all my people can come and they can see what I'm producing, and I can give to them whatever I like to give to them, and you can begin conversations there, and I would love to have you there. So definitely log on after you watch this video. But what I really want you to understand is that it is very valuable as an influencer, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, to take the lead on this thing and get in there and buy your domain name, get your hosting. There's tons of hosting sites that you could utilize. I actually just do my hosting right now on WordPress.com, and I'm a mommy on a budget, you know what I'm saying? But I know a lot of people use Bluehost, and there's other different hosting services that you can utilize. I will leave information for you if you are interested in that blog post for you as well, so that you can have everything. But definitely do your research, see what works for you. It's nothing crazy ridiculous. You can get all these things done for about $100 a year, and you don't even have to pay right up front for everything. You do have to pay for your domain name right up front, but hosting could be anywhere from like $3 to $6, maybe more, but like an average of like $3 to $6 a month. And it's very reasonable, and it's definitely worth you forking up that money so you can look professional. You know what I'm saying? So after you've spent all this time creating everything, and you've paid for all of your stuff, and you're like, I'm ready to go, just write, post. It's not going to be perfect the very first time. You're figuring out how to tag, you're figuring out how to find, you know, topics to write. Just write. And I actually have a free how to write your first blog post template, like a little outline for you that you can get started, and I'll put that link in the description box below. But yeah, like just post, and then after you are done posting, I want you to start marketing your blog on social media. And that's so important. You know, whatever social media that you have, market it, tell the world about what you're doing so that they can become a part, because you never know who needs what you have, and if you don't start, then they won't ever have it. So that's what I'm saying, like create meaning and start doing it for your people, because they need you. And then once you have started marketing on social media and interacting, make sure that you are also, this is another tip for you, make sure that you are interacting with people on your blogging platform. For example, WordPress has a WordPress reader, and you can read all the blogs that are being posted on WordPress, and you can go like posts, you can comment on posts, and that really brings engagement back to your site. Another one that I really love to use is called Blog Lovin', and different people from different sites post their blog posts on Blog Lovin', and that was like what I first was really engaged on that thing when I first started, and it was cool. I was able to, interact with other bloggers, and you could do the same thing, and then they might like what you do, and you might like what they do, and then hey, we're all a happy family, you know what I'm saying? As content creators, it can get really lonely just writing by yourself, so it's really cool to interact with other people. Now, another thing that I recommend is that you have a block schedule and you figure out, okay, when can I write? When can I post? Now, as a working mommy, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I have not kept a block schedule, but my people know that they're gonna be getting posts from me every week. And I schedule my time so that I can get these things done. I can't say at this day, at this time, this is when it's coming out, but block scheduling has really helped my life. And I'm definitely gonna be making a video on that coming up really soon. You have to have, my next tip, have a call to action in your post. At the end of the post is saying like, thank you for reading. I hope that you enjoyed it. And then have them do something. Like I said, it could be a poll, it could be a comment below, whatever you want them to do. Make sure that you provide that for them so that they can engage and interact with what you're doing. And my bonus tip for you is have related posts available, because I recommend once you first start, like post 3 blogs. Like don't just post one, have 3 ready to go so that you can start to get that engagement. They know that you're serious about this thing. You could do it within the span of that first week. Like, I'm serious about this, I'm doing this. And they'll know that, hey, you know what? She posted this and she's got this coming, and this is why I want to blog, become a part of this blog and become a part of this community, because I see the value that is being brought to me as a subscriber, as a reader. And so that is special, and you make that connection with people. And I really think that if you take the time to do that, your people are going to so appreciate it. Well, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video today on how to start a blog and make money. I'm going to be creating a video on specific things that you can do as a vlogger or a blogger. Yes, video blogs or written blogs, and make money doing it. I haven't done a ton of this because I just got my branding together. You guys can see. But I have done some affiliate marketing where I have sold some of the things that I have made videos on. I have been able to, people have interacted with me on the blog where I've been able to add, them to the site, because I have frequently asked questions and resources available for people, and people really are connecting to that and want to become a part of what I do. I've also had opportunity to be in a book for, my channel, and different brands reach out to me to be on their PR list, like Nadine West and influencer and different things like that, so that I'm able to either I interact with them or they interact with me, and I've been able to build something really cool as an influencer, micro influencer in the house, where I have opportunities to make money. And I'm just really starting to take this thing serious and move it into the direction in which I want to go, and I'm really excited about what's coming. So if you want to be a part, I have tons of freebies for you, as mentioned in this video, in that blog post in the description box below on askchauntel.com. I hope that you go create meaning and do what you do, because you know what? God's created you to do something great, and I know that you're going to do it, and I can't wait to hear about it. Let me know. Oh my gosh, we have to do our tea break. Let's go do it right now. So comment below on what your favorite tip was today. Did you learn anything? I want to hear about it. I want to hear from you, what you want to start your blog about, what you learned. Either way, I want to hear all of that in the comment section below. Well, I hope that you guys enjoy this, and I can't wait to see you guys on the next one. Next week on my next business video, I'm going to be talking about, should you start a blog or a YouTube channel? cannot wait to do it. So if you want to see that, definitely stay tuned and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. Hugs and kisses.